This illustration deals with conductors entering through raceways now. And of course, we have to comply with NEC 314.17, B as in boy, 3. Now, the purpose of change, a new subdivision was provided, and the subdivision was added to clarify that the conductors or cable assemblies shall not be required to be additionally secured where the raceway is complete between boxes, conduit bodies, or both, and encloses individual conductors, or even were permissible non-metallic cable assemblies, or both. The equipment shall not be required to be additionally secured within the box or the body where the raceway encloses the cable assemblies. So now let's kind of review this. And first, let's look at the cable assemblies, and that's a cable now to the right of the subpanel. And notice the cable assembly must comply and be permitted in 314.17B3 and 334.15B. It's been actually placed in both of these articles so that no one can say, well, it's illegal to put a cable inside the conduit. And then you can see as the cable exits from the conduit right below the cable to the right of the subpanel, then notice the cable exits from the conduit in accordance with 300.15C. Now, let's review Note 1, right at the very top of the illustration. The raceway between the boxes, conduit bodies, or both, can serve as a supporting means for the cable assembly or conductors for 314.17B3. So they're saying these conductors or cables inside the conduit can act as a support for those cables, just like in 392.2 for cable trays, the cable tray can act as a support. So we know 300.17 identifies all your raceways, tubing, and so forth. We know that 392.2 identifies a cable tray. So we really, when you get right down to it, that's what this section's trying to do, is to let everyone know the conduit does support the cable or the conductors that are routed through such conduit. Now, number 2, when we look at Note 2, the cables or conductors are in raceways as described in 334.10, item number 5. Now, I would also remind you that I would also, for cable support requirements, like for non-metallic sheath cable, see 334.30. For AC cable, see 320.30. And review the other cable sections is appropriate for the type of cable or conductors that you're pulling inside the raceway. And you can always refer to the table of contents at the very front of the code, go to chapter 3, and all of your different wiring methods and so forth is listed there, identifying the article that pertains to your particular cable and so forth. And it will refer you to the page number to pick that particular wiring method up. And usually all your supports now will be .30 in each cable area, such as 34.30 for non-metallic sheath cable, 320.30 for AC cable, and so forth. So this section is complying with the 300 section, which is 300.15C, to let the installers know that you can pull, under the conditions listed there, a cable through conduit.